All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol SNDL, Sundial Growers Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we dive into this chart, I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I have a new ticker symbol you definitely won't want to miss towards the end of this video. Big potential moving forward for the next 5 to 10 years, and probably even sooner based off analysis ratings, all the articles that I've read, and the sector that it's in. You guys won't believe it. I mean, once you compare it to the top dogs, I mean, the numbers are pretty outstanding. I'm not saying that the potential is going to be the same, but there is so much room for growth on this one. So stay tuned towards the end of this video. I also want to announce to everyone that there will be a Patreon now. Okay, I'm going to have a Patreon hopefully launched by as soon as tomorrow or probably later this week. So I want every single investor to be aware of that. And on there will be other information about stocks, charts that I'm going to share with you guys. And you'll have access to these ticker symbols that I talk about towards the end of these videos. Few days before or even earlier than that, as soon as I start looking at them and I start paying close attention to them and add them to my own watch list. So stay tuned for more information on that coming into this week, possibly as early as tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts on that in the comments down below, how you feel about it, and if you're motivated for that. But I will be launching that soon, and I highly encourage you guys to join on in. It's a way to further support the channel, and you guys will be able to have more open dialogue with me about these ticker symbols and doing the research even together. I mean, that's what I'm really excited for in the long term. You know, I find it, I do my research, I share with you guys how I feel about it, and you guys will be able to start as early as I do all together. And then once we share it here on YouTube, it's because I have found confirmation or it makes sense to share with every single investor because the potential is there. So stay tuned for that. So here we are. SNDL, Sundial Growers Inc. Sideways movement, barely even moved. Rejected at resistance. You can see that right here. So resistance didn't even move. I mean, it kind of moved down here, but I want to focus in on that rejection right there. That's going to be our resistance. Now support has slightly moved up, okay? Which is a good sign. I mean, it moved from down here, right, at 180 to a little bit higher. Now, the stock is in tug-of-war zone. The 50-day moving average is 213. The price of the stock right now is 213. So this is definitely in tug-of-war zone. This needs to pull upwards. This needs to break through this resistance, and especially since it got rejected back last week and it got rejected again at 229. I want every single investor to be aware 229 needs to be broken through and turn into a support so the bulls can pull upwards and further away from the 50-day moving average. Very important. Now, if that gets crossed, the next resistance level is up here at 256. So keep that in mind for the next coming days and weeks. Now, our support is 201. If that gets broken through, actually, let's move this a little bit more to the T. It kind of bounced off. It's right there at 202, 201, give or take, right? Super important for the bulls to stay away from that and pull upwards from that if they're getting closer to it. But if the bears break through that, this could be on its way down to newer lows, new support levels, and then we'll have to watch how it reacts between the low here of 179 and the support of 202. So we want to pay close attention if the bulls are trying to reappear, bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast? It is slightly above to the hundreds or thousands place on the 50-day moving average, but the tug-of-war is right there. We're on the edge, and if this breaks through support, that means the 50-day moving average has been crossed and the bears are just getting deeper into bearish territory, and this could start to see newer lows and new support levels. So keep that in mind. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned to the end because I do have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to add it to your watch list. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is a big opportunity. There's a lot out there, but this one is in a sector that the opportunity to the price per share, to the market cap, is just so undervalued because it's so fresh and new into the market, and also it's a growing company. Once it makes it, just like the other big players in this sector, I mean, the opportunity will be big from this point moving outwards. So the potential here, according to this platform, their infrastructure and their business goals and everything that's projected about them, it's a big opportunity if everything obviously falls into place and so forth. So when I mean big, and you guys know I'm not hype, you guys know that I don't like to overinflate things or, make things seem bigger than they are, but I am here to emphasize that this stock is a big opportunity. So before we jump into the ticker symbol I'm going to share with you guys, I just want to quickly look here at Genius Brands. We talked about it yesterday, to add to your watch list. So this was at about 201 when market closed on Friday. So when I said this was a learning experience for anyone that didn't know or wasn't too familiar with it, it was showing signs based off of different indicators like the RSI, the MACD, and also the closer moving average, that there was a possibility that this could start to work its way up. Well, it certainly did. It went from 201 all the way to 220. Quickly dropped right back down. So the volatility, you can see it there. Now, you want to continue watching this one going into the week because there is opportunity probably for this one to continue to do this type of movement as long as indicators are showing that. But right now, the ticker symbol is kind of fighting, right, to stay above that $2 mark, and it's coming right back down, and it's coming back pretty fast. I didn't think that it was going to come back that fast. I thought it would kind of consolidate a little bit higher, then probably pull back and then run back up, something like that throughout the week. And who knows, maybe it's pulling back to this point. More investors look at it as an opportunity, load up on shares and bring this one back up. So you want to continue watching this one carefully, but this is a very speculative play, so I want every single investor to be aware of that. So what ticker symbol is it that I want to talk about? Well, it is OZON. This is the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list. This is the big opportunity. So here we are. You can see how this IPO'd, right, at around $40. It ran up to 50, came back down, and then it ran back up to 56, came back down to 46. From that point forward, it spiked up to 68, and it's cooling off. So the cool thing about this one is that when you zoom in, yes, you can see the subtle downward movement in a very slow fashion because it's only gone down $4. But when you zoom out, you can kind of see that it's consolidating. It's hanging out within this channel. It hasn't broken through the $62 mark, and it hasn't broken through the highest point here after that drop of $66, almost 67. So you want to watch this carefully. If it breaks through 62, it could start to hit newer lows. And if it continues to stay in this channel, all it takes is another catalyst for this to run up. Look how small the market cap is. And what are they? Well, they're an internet retailer. They are comparable to Jumia. And if you want to compare it to the top dogs, Shopify, Amazon, eBay, and so forth. Now, even when we go to eBay, eBay's pretty small. These guys have so much more room. So who is Ozon? Well, they are the Amazon of Russia. Pretty much. Based off the articles and everything that I've seen, that's pretty much what they are. I look forward to seeing what you guys find about this one. If you want to comment down below, I would appreciate it. Or what you have found if you already knew about this one. But very important to do some research here on this and not miss out on knowing more about it. Because look at eBay. eBay's market cap is 42 billion and it's in the 60s range. So yes, it's almost in the same type of sector, but this is even bigger. Ozon is even bigger. Look at that, 11 billion. So if this was to go into the 40 billion mark, just like eBay, like we could see here, 42, and it's going for 62 a share, there's probably more that goes into the market share, right, of these two different sectors, and then also the market cap and the price per share that make these value differently. But once this hits like 40 billion, this is going to be upwards to, maybe 2x or 3x the current price. Think about that. So when we go to Jumia, let's see how Jumia is doing. Now, Jumia is comparable to this one. They're fresh, they're new. Jumia has a smaller market cap, and they're around the same price per share, right? So there's room here even for Jumia, right? This is awesome stuff here. Now, when you compare the two of them, some people will say that Jumia has a little bit less of an infrastructure or growth potential than Ozon. One is better than the other. That's more of a personal preference. But the top dog here that leads the whole pack is Amazon. Okay? Amazon leads the whole pack. Could these market caps of these companies reach these numbers? Possibly. It's going to take years, but it can possibly reach that. And if it even reaches half of that, just think about dividing this share price in half or even to 1/3 of this total amount and look at where these stocks are at. They're in the 60s. So much room here. So I definitely see big opportunity here. This is so fresh, and it started off at a nicer number than Jumia. That's another thing to consider. You know, it was priced in per share at a much better valuation than Jumia to start. Jumia was way back below $40. So this stock has started off, and if anyone that is an investor or viewer that remembers, you know, there might be some of you here watching my channel, when Amazon started, Amazon was around these prices, and it took years to get where it's at. But you know, I'm not saying these are possibly going to be just like Amazon and that they are like Amazon, but the potential is there. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.